talk about the differences between entertainment in 1960s and entertainment nowadays. Entertainment in 1960s is confirmed by television, radio, and music. Television technology developed in 1960s. Televisions continue to dominate as the entertainment preference in most people. By the 1965, it was estimated that 9 of 10 families owned a TV set. Now radio. Commercial radio during the 1960s tailored to the youth, providing music that was upbeat and popular in the charts. Music that was a major way that people entertained themselves in 1960s. This era is well known for being revolutionary in this area of entertainment.
I'm going to talk about the difference between the sports nowadays and in the decade of the 60s, and especially in the Olympic Games. We're going to start with the Olympic Games that were in the decade of the 60s, which were Tokyo in 1964 and Mexico in 1968. In Mexico, the country with the most medals was the United States with a total of 107, in which 45 medals were gold. Nowadays, we have only the last two Olympic Games that were in 2012 in London and in 2016 in Brazil, in which the country with the most medals was also the United States, but with a total of 121, in which 46 were
60s were the decade of change. There was a revolution on communication and technology. First of all, there was the DRAM, also known as DRAM as the Dynamic Random Access Memory. It's the stuff on the computer that keeps all your pictures and documents on it. As a second example, the Telstar. That's the first commercial satellite that allows to receive phone calls, images as fax, and pictures on the television. As the third example, there was a program that allows to program your computer in any language, and it's called BASIC. It was invented on this decade. And as the biggest example is the light emitting diode, also known as LED.
Now we're going to talk about health in 1960 and nowadays. People in 1960 die because of diseases such as cholera, smallpox, and infectious sexual transmitted. This happens because they don't come with a lot of medical services as we have today, and they use home remedy or whatever they thought it was going to help. Nowadays we have a lot of medical services, and medicine has evolved in such a way that more diseases have been found and how to treat them. This means that the health of the people has improved and the number of deaths has decreased.
About the differences between food in 1960s and food nowadays. Food in 1960s was much healthier, and it was always made at home. Even all those sauces that we know as ketchup, mustard, barbecue. But junk food began to be popular since 1955, when the first McDonald's was created. Nowadays, cooking has become an art. And also we have a lot of barriers of food, like Italian food, Mexican food, Chinese food, Japanese food.
Transportation in the 60s versus now. In the 60s, most popular cars and buses were Volkswagen. The first model was Volkswagen Bus and the second was the Beetle. The first one was made in 1963 at a price of $2,665. It was quite popular because hippies used it. The second was the Beetle. It was a familiar car, that's why it had so many influence in the 60s. It was little, but it has a lot of success. The price was $1,655. Other transportations were train and plane. Now, vans and compact cars are only the beginning of transportation. Train, helicopters, planes, motorcycles are the best option because now we can use location to go anywhere.
Thank you for your attention. See you next time.